Today we have decided to do something different. We're going to create something on the fly. We're going to make it go live, and it's going to be based on one person's Kickstarter idea, and that's going to be Joyce. We're going to launch one for her. So because we're doing this one on the fly, we may have to bumble and fumble along a little bit. It won't be prepared. It will be as we see it. We'll make it happen, which I think might be interesting instead of having something that's all refined and put together where we just slap it together. Might take us a little bit longer, but we do have lots of time today to get that done. And as we do them step by step, we'll make sure that we all understand what we're doing and why we're doing it. I think it'll be fun. We've been listening to some of the half-baked ideas of people's Kickstarter campaigns, and I am blown away. You know, we've got a half-baked individual that comes up with some crazy ideas. One of those people is Patty. Half-baked as I've ever seen. But man, I'm telling you, that is one fantastic idea that she came up with. Absolutely amazing. Not going to say what it is, but it's based on the local level, which has very broad reach. And the other one is my friend Michael, the Ukrainian Zapku. He has an amazing idea. We were out there brainstorming, and he said, I'm not sure where I should start. And we started throwing some ideas together, Matthew, myself, and Michael. And by the time we were done, we all knew that he had an absolute winner. The most important thing is that you do something. Set a short campaign frame. I'm not sure how short they allow you to set it, but maybe it's 5 or 10 days or a week. I don't know. I've never checked to see how short you can make a campaign. But make a nice short one and a simple one and just see what it takes and how you do it. Don't even worry about having it on the fly. We won't even have a video when it launches. We're just going to put the image at the top and put the description in with some graphics. The most important thing is get started. We have literally seen people come to events who've walked away making $1 million, and we've seen people leave an event and make zero. And the real difference is the ones that made zero did zero. We only make money if we do something and learn. We will become experts at Kickstarter, what it takes, what we need to do, how to prepare, how to schedule. Once we get that all down to an art, you're going to find that you're in a routine. If you take a look at Jason, great Kickstarter. He knows exactly what he needs to do on the next one and the changes he wants to make. Will he know everything after the second one? Highly doubt it. He will launch the third one. He will know even more. He'll launch the fourth one, the fifth one, the 10th one. He's going to nail what he's doing, how he's doing affiliate army. He will know it inside out. Once he gets to that point, he's just going to keep doing the same system over and over and over. I've seen guys who have launched, and when they get to a certain point, like those guys doing the backpacks, everyone now knows what they're doing. It's just a matter of scheduling. You get this, you get this. They know exactly the format, exactly how to promote. Once we get to that level, we'll be turning dollar bills, you know, day in and day out. So it'll be an interesting day. And Phil, if you want to bring that laptop up, these guys are dying to see this. Yeah. I'll tell you, Phil knows his stuff, as well as Chris and the other dudes. But when it comes to these Facebook ads, Phil is going to turn this inside out and show you things you've never seen before. And Phil is just an awesome guy. So anyway, here he is. We'll get it hooked up and we're off.
Hey, thank you guys. Hope you're doing great. You're excited to be here? Last day?
This is turned on, Phil.
Okay, amazing.
We need the screen capture.
Yeah, I have screen capture here. It's gonna
make
start.
Sure it's recording. Hang on.
So
you were using this connection.
Yeah. Right? Also, yeah. So guys, this is going to be in two parts. The first part, we're going to talk about Facebook likes campaign and how to grow your Facebook likes. The second part, we're going to talk about dynamic product ads because it's a subject, a topic that is not talked a lot about and is very important part of your strategy, especially if you're doing Facebook ads. If any of you are doing like product listing ads on Google, yeah. So product listing ads on Google, if you're familiar with that, it's basically on Facebook. The dynamic product ads is a bit like the same kind of idea, quite as powerful and probably as much more powerful, I would say. But and that session will not be streamed live and will not be recorded because two things. I have like some sensible information about that. And I have a training coming, that a paid training about that. So you will be the first to see a sneak peek of that training today about this DPA ad.
Are we doing likes campaign?
Yeah, we're doing likes campaign now.
Gregory? Yes, sir. Get out the notepad.
So let me check here. Just want to make sure that we are recording that part. I like an 8 Camtasia, but we should be good. Let me double check here. Yeah, it should be recording. Okay, good. So first, okay, so that's a subject that I've been fighting forever about Facebook likes. A lot of misconception about Facebook likes. A lot of people back in the days were launching products on dummy Facebook pages where there was no likes, and they were saying, you know what, I mean, it's going great like that. Why I need to spend dollars on pages and all this kind of crap, you know? And basically today we can see the effect of having a Facebook page with 0 like and how CPMs are skyrocket right now, are expensive. And we've done a lot of tests between different type of pages. So basically when you have pages on Facebook, you have the choice of choosing the type of page, which means that you can have a brand page. It is working?
I'm not sure it is.
Yeah, do you want me to start that again? Oh, complete. Yeah, it worked. Okay, we're gonna start again. That. Anyway, it's okay. So, so you have like different type of pages on Facebook. So you can choose between brand, community, I think services, and a bunch of stuff like that. So I had the opportunity to make a lot of tests between that. And what I found so far is if you're running, first of all, your main brand page, and it's tagged as brand versus a page that is like, I don't know, I like skulls, which is a community page where you post things. On that community page, you will pay less for your ads, for your CPM, and for a bunch of stuff, and you will get much more reach as well. But things have changed also again through the ages. Facebook has made a lot of change. We've seen Chris and I mean, I always watch like a lot of what Chris does when he posts stuff. I have access to his page, so I see like the reach and things. And he came across something that is a right balance between branding and community with the type of post he's doing. And basically, that's one thing I will show you today. And also how you should basically start when you have like an established like either page is going to be much more difficult. But if you start with a fresh page, it's going to be probably much more easy for you. So the reason why you want like campaigns is to build a base of leads, okay? Because in Facebook, I mean, now you have, I mean, and for a while, when you target the right people right from the start, you can create audiences from these pages. And on the second part of the training today, I will show you also how you can create multiple different audiences. And I have a map that I'm finishing also that will be released in my training, that you have all the possibilities type of audiences that you can create on Facebook, plus all the lookalikes that you create from them. So it's pretty extensive, pretty big chart. And so you want to build a base of leads. So the people that are liking your Facebook ads, okay. So that's one thing that is very important, is when you do Facebook ads, you're not looking let's say for the cheapest like, but you're looking for the best type of likes, because this will make this will have a lot of impact when you will start advertising to your page. So let's say that you're building a page, I Love Skulls, and you want to have like the cheapest like. What you're gonna do, you're gonna start targeting you're gonna start targeting Brazil, you're gonna start targeting Thailand, India, and all this kind of countries. But are you looking to sell to these countries? No. So what you're doing is you're contaminating your page right from the start. And that will, if you want to try to create an audience, if you want to try to sell to this Facebook-like audience after, or this page, it's going to give like bad signals to the products that you're doing. Facebook ads is super complex. There's about like I think now over 3,000 different touch points where Facebook chooses how it's going to show the ads in terms of their algorithm and how they put it on the feed. So as clean as your data is from the first point of touch, which is your page, is very important, because this will have impact to the rest of the stuff. So that's one thing. Now, the second thing that is the most important, build engagement. Engagement is key on Facebook, and much more now than than it was before. Like I was saying, you could have like 0 engagement on your page before, and you could still kill it with your ads. Today, engagement has a very important weight in the Facebook algorithm, and that will have a huge impact on your costs as well. The other thing also is why you want to build engagement is you can create audience from engagement. You could say, the past 5 days, the most people that have been engaged on Facebook, you can start retargeting them. You can create a lookalike audience from them. Imagine if you have a page that is super engaged, and you take like the past 3 days, which is the core of engagement that is happening on a special post, and you create a lookalike from that. That will be crazy in terms of what kind of quality that you will get from there. Lookalike audience is another thing that we can talk later on, but lookalike audience basically are audiences that Facebook creates based on a type of container of audience that you have been created based on multiple different points. And that's super important, especially today, because Facebook looks at very specific points, and they create a relation with these points inside the audience, which will give them the signals where and how to create the people that are similar to this audience, this core audience. Also, the other reason why you want to do is anticipate what is going to sell. If you have a massive page with a lot of engagement, you can know right away if it's going to be a winner or not with $0 ad spend. That's one thing you want to do, is being able to test product with less amount of dollars as possible and see how this will engage. Chris, yeah. No, I was going to call you for that.
I just posted this yesterday on my page with no link. Keith, you want to post with no link. Why? Because the moment you put a link in, Facebook wants you to pay to take their traffic, their users off of Facebook. Okay, so we always post without link. I just made an image. So you can see it here. It's an image that says, I said, how true is that? Right? I just posted the product image, right? Yeah, anyway, so this post has 52 comments, 252 shares organically to my fans. So I just posted, how true is this? And this post has 52 comments and 252 shares for free. Do you think that's a potential winner? Now, what if my fans didn't comment and there was no shares? Do you think it's even worth me testing on ads on it? No. Just the image of the product. Okay. No link. Key to this trick is no link. No link. Facebook won't give you the reach. Now I'm going to go and edit the post. I'm going to add the link and then set up ads to it. Sorry to interrupt it.
No, that's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted like to show. That's perfect. So that's why you should do that. Also, it's anticipating what is going on. So when you have like a huge fan base, or even like a fan base starting about like 50,000 likes around, it's already enough to start like testing stuff, enough engagement on things, and all this kind of stuff right there. The other thing also is, like I was saying earlier, is being able to build custom audience to extend your sales reach. The other thing also is to build a virtual asset. Facebook page, even if you don't own it, it's still a virtual asset. People are ready to pay for that. Or when you want to exit, your business or sell your business, it will come with a page. So people would put value. They will put probably more value if you have like 50,000 likes or 300,000 likes than someone that has just 1,000 likes. And I'm surprised that a lot of brands, when you're looking at a lot of brands, big brands, they don't have also very big follow-up on their page, and that sometimes like smaller brands have bigger reach on Facebook just because they did it right with this Facebook-like strategy. The other great thing is to crack a niche. So if you haven't still been able to find the niche that you're willing to go after, it's a very good, effective, and cheap way to find a niche that will work with what you're looking to sell. So if you are about knitting, create a page about knitting, fill it with content, and then after that, you will see if it works or not, or whatever niche that you're after. And again, that's going to cost you a couple of bucks to grow that. Now, I have like I'm not a fan of screenshots, but I just want to share you like a couple of like campaigns that we did. And the thing here is, yes, like I was saying at a certain point, you have like likes at 1 cent, but you have likes at 8 cents and some at 19 cents. Okay. And I'm going to show you later how to find the cheapest way, most targeted way, let's say, of likes. There's a way of doing that. It's a lot of testing, but it's still like the best way today. And this, by the way, this was created back in early 2017, this presentation, and it's still working like a charm today. So we're 3 years like almost later, and the strategy hasn't changed. Okay, so this is a proven evergreen strategy that I'm showing you today, just to tell you. Yeah, that is, especially for Facebook, that's changed a lot of stuff. That's unusual. I'm gonna share you my page, that one page that we've built, and on that page, what I want to show you is the part of the grow. There's a sad part to it, is basically Facebook has stopped to gather information before 2015, so I don't have like that information. But basically what I want to show you is on that strategy, what I decided to do on that niche specifically that we were testing at that time is I wanted to pay $1,000 for my first likes. That was my goal. I want to build a page. I want to get $1,000 spent on that. I want to get the most targeted and the cheapest like at the same time, and then the rest, we'll see how it goes. And basically the rest was almost like kind of magic, because September 2016, we went for 43,000 likes up to now. I didn't put any effort since, 158,000 likes without any efforts, only organic traffic. Okay. And we had like very good posts where we got like one post gave us like 2,231 likes, and yes, basically. So my page is called like the Powerlifting Nation. That's basically, and I'm just gonna go scroll it. It's like basically anything related to powerlifting. And the posts that we do in here are posts that we're getting elsewhere. And now there's a gray zone here that I want to clarify. If you're doing that for a brand, that's just a community page. So the community page, what I do is I I take pictures from quotes from something into that page, and I fill it with quotes and videos and things like that, just to create engagement on pages. But if you're going to build that for your brand, what I suggest is really to create your own memes, okay? There are memes, I mean, your own pictures, like Chris was saying, word swag you can use and things like that. You create you take your quotes, you take your image. There are multiple of sites with royalty-free image that you can use and just recreate your post. The way I do that, basically, I don't do that myself. I go on Upwork and I look for someone, a social media designer that will create posts for me. And what I do is I ask him to create about 300 to 500 posts for the year. I pay the post about like $3 to $5. It's a good investment, but it's worth it all the year. And the great thing is you can recycle this post. Once they're used, you can repost them. And I'm going to show you why good posts are good to recycle. Is basically here I have a software called SmartQ. I will talk later about that analyze all your information, where you can add content, schedule content, where it also reposts automatically like the best content. And basically, I'm going to scroll down here. And it also will give you also the best time of posting. You know, that's another great thing, because there's certain time of the day where you should post most and others. So now we tested like specifically like this time slot, but you should test all time slot. Okay, and then you will see at a certain point, okay, this time slot responds more than the other. And then you're going to have to focus on this time, because this is where you're going to have the reach. So one thing that the question that I have most of the time, or the concern, let's say, that I have most of the time, especially with brands that I'm working with, is I'm afraid to post more than 1 or 2 a day. I'm afraid that people will see that my page is flooded with posts. And the thing is, each time that you post, and depending at the hours that you post, you will reach just a very small portion of the people that are following you, or the friends that are following your friends that have access to this page. So when you post, you need to post at least like 3 times if you have like a very small audience, like let's say 1,000 people, up to 10 to 20 times a day. Yeah. Can you say that again? Okay. So if you have like, let's say 1,000 people on your page, you can post 3 times. But this is exponential with the numbers of people you have in your in terms of likes. So if you have like 100,000 people following you, you could post easy 10, 20 times, 30 times a day. Okay? So now why people don't do that? Like I said, first thing is because people are afraid that they're going to flood the people on their timeline. But remember, nobody is really going on the timeline of the page. Have you been to the timeline of page every day of your favorite stuff, or you're just waiting to get them on your Facebook feed? Yeah, there you go. So nobody will really look into the page every day and check and scroll like, I don't know, Nike page and all this kind of stuff. Nobody does that. So nobody will see how many posts you're going to really post there. Yeah.
When you say you go to Upworks and you get a social media designer.
Yeah.
You send him anything?
Okay. Yeah. So what I do is basically what I ask them is I don't want to do anything. So I tell them the niche. I tell them the kind of pictures. I test them with 5 posts first to see if they are in line with what I'm looking for. And if they do, then I give them like the contract to give to do like 300 posts. Like 300. Yeah, exactly.
And what do you expect? What would we expect to pay for like 300?
It's about $3 to $5 per post. Yeah, so it can cost you up to $1,000 to $1,500. But now you have a good package of posts, you know, that you can play with, can program. I mean, you can, if you want to start with just 1 post a day, I mean, you can, you know, especially when you have only like below like 1,000 likes. But after that, you want to increase the number of posts, you know, as soon as possible.
So to start out, we wouldn't have to get 300.
No, and you can get less. What I suggest is to get 300. But you can get like, I don't know, like 100 to start, you know. Yeah, that's more than enough. And at the end of the month, you check, what's going on and the type of results you have, and then you can go and ask him back another 100 if you want, or 200. You can go by batch. But this is what I do personally when I start with a brand: is I order 300 right away. Yeah. No. So the posting part, I'm going to show you. So how we, and there's basically there's two software that I use for that. So like SmarterQ, like I was saying, and there's another one called FP Traffic. So these are the two software that I use for posting. And there's a couple of reasons why SmarterQ, because SmarterQ offer much more flexibility in terms of the type of how you post stuff, how you shuffle stuff. You can categorize the type of post, so you can say, okay, I have articles. So you say, every day at 2 p.m., I'm going to post articles. And then at 3 p.m., I'm going to post like memes. At 5 p.m., I'm going to post videos. And it's going to take care of all that. But you don't need to go manually and select the post. You just put it in a category. It will shuffle it down, and it will do the post for you. So that's SmarterQ. And it's which means, and also they offer like evergreen posting. So if you forgot to post anything, they will still post for you. They will pick up one of the posts there and they will post it for you, which is totally amazing because it's time saving and you're never running out of post. This is a great pitch. Yes.
Is there a number of posts that Facebook would run on, like too many?
No, because the thing is, there's never too many, because it's about the reach that you're getting at that certain time that Facebook gives you into the feed, So, I mean, the only thing that can happen is if you have too much negative feedback, let's say, if your posts are reported or things like that, this is where that Facebook is going to start to penalize you. Or if you have too many unlikes from your page, which means you have the wrong targeting on your page, Yeah.
What type of mix of posts do you recommend?
In terms of videos, or like videos, photo, memes? I would say that it's good to have a videos if you need native videos, which means that videos that have been created for Facebook. Okay, you cannot post YouTube stuff. Facebook don't like YouTube or don't like Vimeos or things like that. So you need to make sure that you have native. Same for articles. If you are doing articles, you need to have this. If you're having like WordPress, you need to have like this special plugin that makes it like you were reading inside Facebook. Facebook doesn't like when you bring stuff outside of it. So as long as you have that in place, now you can have 1-1-1 if you want every day. But I prefer to have a better, bigger ratio, like 60% post of image and memes, because they are the one that still works the best. And they are the one that still have less investment in terms of times, to do it. A blog post, producing a video, it's much more time consuming than the rest. 60% at least of memes, photo post, or anything that is like static image.
And then the other 40% video.
Can be a mix between articles, videos. Yeah. Yes.
You have a decently engaged fan page.
Yeah.
You put a post on. What are you expecting as far as percent of fans to be engaging with it?
So I'm going to show you here. We're pretty consistent on this page, and I'm going to show you like some sort of ratio here, and you're going to be able like to see what we get. So average. I'm going to use like SmartQ, so it's going to be faster and easier. So we're going to take like reach here. I'm just going to sort by reach if it's loading. But in the meantime, you're going to see like this one. Okay, we're getting like 10,000 people reach. 2 comments and 107 shares. This one, 2 comments, is small. This one is 65, 10,000 people reach, blah, blah, blah. You can go down. Okay, I'm going to show you something at the same time that is very interesting. You see like some are less common. So one thing that I found out globally is the number of comments have lowered down like crazy the past couple of months. Overall, in all brands and all Facebook pages. I don't have really a reason why that is happening, but I've seen that across the board. But I see like the numbers of shares or likes are pretty consistent, like it was before, you know. But the numbers of commenting is very, very low. Even like on products that before we were easily basing if it was going to be a winner or not based on the numbers of comments. Today, we cannot anymore figure out if this is going to be a winner, even if it's as like 100 comments or 0 comments. A 0 comments like product post that we've done can have like much more sales than 100 comments, which is totally crazy because it's not anymore like the right metric to look at. You know, before it was a good indication. Yeah. Oh, the mic is off. I was speaking. So let me find. Okay, so this one is a very, very good one. Okay, I like this one for a couple of reasons. First, okay, I posted it like September 7, okay? And I did that purposely because I wanted to show you from September 8, the reach that we're going to have, the numbers of shares, likes, and comments. The other reason I wanted like to, I did that by purpose is we already posted that back. I'm going to tell you when. I think that was this one, May 7th, I think.
Are those likes from organic traffic or did you boost? No.
100% organic. You see this one in May 7th? It was already a hit.
Wow.
390, whatever, 351 comments, 2,000 shares, etc., etc. And now I reposted it, and we're still getting, you know, we have like at the third of, you know what? Yeah, a third already of the numbers of share. It took me like a year to get, you know. I don't know. Probably I'm going to beat the records in less time with this one. So the thing is, a post that has already worked, you can still use it, repost it, and it will still work. You know, it's a classic. It's now like it's one that's gonna probably an evergreen post. The other thing that is great with a post like that is post that gives you a lot of great engagement on your on your page, and also. Is it working now? Yeah. And also, the other thing is it gives good signals to Facebook. It will increase also your like organically also with that. So the key here, and that's one of the reasons I like about SmarterQ, is you're going into your historical data. You get like the top posts that already got a good reach, and you make sure you reschedule that later in the month or in the year to make sure you always have like top posts that will work forever. You know, the other great reason I like this one is wouldn't this make a great T-shirt?
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So imagine if we take that, and I never tested it. I will tell you. So it's up to you if you want to test it. It's a free winner for you. Yeah. No, that one, no. And I'm going to show you how I came up with this one. Okay. This is way before I was building my own memes and all this kind of stuff. But that formula is still very good when you started, especially a community page. Like I said, I mean, I don't recommend using that for a brand page because it's not branded to your site. And also, I mean, if sometime, I mean, you get like, I think like some logo like Gym Alcoholic, you know, why you would send traffic or brand them, you know. But for me, this is really a community site that helps me to find winners. Okay. And I have a bunch of pages like that in different niches, and I test product randomly. I take product randomly, like, yeah, from Pinterest. So Pinterest is my #1 source when it comes to find memes, you know. So powerlifting quotes, police officer quotes, the other stuff. Or so let's go here. You know, so there's a bunch here that that you can easily grab and put that to your page. Okay, this is really, I would say, like gray hat. Okay, so be careful. Yeah, exactly. And if you're doing and your Facebook page get shut down, so don't want to be responsible for that. So that's my disclaimer here. Yes. Yeah.
I get them from India. I don't know why Facebook.
Yeah.
What's going on?
So basically what you can do is in the Facebook settings, you can block certain countries. Okay. In the Facebook page settings, there's a place where you can exclude certain countries where you don't want to have traffic. That's basically the best way. Normally, I have a list of countries that I will never sell, or if I sell there, I know I will have problems at a certain point. And also it prevents from having like that kind of problems. So I would suggest again that you choose the countries where you want to make sure that people have access, or exclude countries that you don't want people have access. Like I said, India, there's a lot of North African countries also that there's a lot of scams and all this kind of stuff. You want to exclude that just to make sure that you're not getting contaminated by bad quality traffic at the same time. So that's the part of the thing. So you're gonna get here. And now what I like really a lot about Pinterest is you can use FP traffic. Okay, FP traffic here. It costs about like $10 a month, super cheap. And you can do basically, if you don't want to pay like, let's say SmarterQueue, that is a bit more expensive, that's the way to start with. This is where I started basically with this software. And they have like a great Chrome extension tool that help you to basically pick up all this image very fast. So you can select all 12 image, you're gonna get the links, and inside FP traffic, basically, you have a place where you can just copy and paste image URLs, and then it will schedule it for you right away. You can do up to, I think, 500 image at one time, but you can load them, if you have like thousands or 3,000 of image, you can already load them. So like that, you're ready to go and post like 10 times a day, very easily. Yeah.
You said that Facebook didn't like you to go to links off the page.
No, this is not links of the page. This is URLs of images. So the images are somewhere else. Right now, they're hosted in pin image. And when you copy that URLs inside FP traffic, it will download the image and will post it for you to Facebook. So there's no link attached, nothing like that. It's pure content. Does that make sense? So let me check here.
You're not running any ads at all to your page?
No ads at all. Nothing at all. You just want to have content. Except if you're doing articles. If you're doing articles, you will have a title, about the articles, or a small description. But for the rest, you're not doing ads. No, now if you want to do ads and using the power of that page, what you will do is dark post, which means you will not publish the ad directly on your page. But when you're creating an ad on Facebook ads, there's a way that you don't publish the post. It gets in the background. So like that, you're not affecting also your front page in terms of the content that it is. And there's multiple strategy. I can tell you there's multiple way, but that's one way of doing stuff. And you can use that leverage of engagement and all the good stuff that is happening, and that will help your ads to get better ranked in the newsfeed at the end, getting lower CPM, lower costs, and all this kind of stuff, because there's much more engagement on your page. I can go later on and show you, how that can be set up.
My fan page for my main source. I post my ads on my fan page, and my
yeah.
PPE ads to my,
yeah. That absolutely.
You don't have to run an ad. Actually, put a product, my Shopify link
yeah.
to it, and then that's how I get so many of my sales.
Yeah.
But you're saying you don't do any of that.
Yeah, you can do, like I said, I mean, there's different strategies of using it, you know, depending how you want to, let's say, contaminate your page or not, you know. So there's really two ways of doing it. You can do it as a, let's say, brand page or page where you're going to promote your product from and you want to promote them publicly, or you can use that just to drive pure engagement as the front of the page, and in the background you run the ads without never posting anything. The thing that if you start posting products, let's say that the belly whatever thing was a t-shirt there that you were posting and was going to get good engagement, you can have two choices. One choice is to, yes, run an ad from that directly, or create a dark post where it won't show on the page, where you're going to drive traffic to that. You know, it's a proven word, a sentence, whatever, and t-shirt, and you can start pushing it there. Or you can do both at the same time, okay? The thing is, what you want to avoid, the thing that is happening most of the time of the ads is now you have the relevancy score, and relevancy score will put some sort of a weight on your page and the rest. And also the other thing that will happen is if you get too many negative feedback, this again will have an impact on the future products that you will do, okay? It's quite complex, I know, but it is how it works. It is how it works with Facebook, and especially now because they're much more stricter in the way that they, how can I say that, they manage that part, you know. So that's the, so yeah, so that basically it is on that. I wanted like to say, okay, we went through this. So key points to build it properly. First, targeted audience, highly targeted as much as possible. So if you're going after, let's say, I don't know, let's take again skulls. If you want to take skulls and you know like the target audience is 35 to 54, okay, don't do 18 years old just to get cheap likes and cheap traffic or both traffic or anything like that. Make sure that is tight as much as possible. Now, when you're going to start launching the ads, you might see, oh my God, it costs 20 cents, it costs $1. Okay, because we didn't talk yet about how you should set it up and get the best of the ads. I'm going to show you after how to set it up properly. Now, like I said, posting content 3 times per day minimum at different hours, morning, noon, night, and if more, like I said, 10, 20 times, testing much more time frame in between. So if you tested at 7 in the morning, try it at 6, sometimes try it at 5. Because you know what's happening at 5 o'clock in the morning? Is people that are going to Facebook, there's less people at that time. So the feed is less congested, like something like, sorry?
Congested.
Yeah, congested, exactly, congested. So you might have better chance to get seen at that time than any other point, bigger point of the day, you know? So that's one thing you should try, you know? What are the hours that you have the chance to get the most reach and where you have less competition? Basically, that's what you're trying to find. You know, if you know that most of the people post around 8 o'clock, try 8 and 10, you know? Don't try the flat hour, try at a really random hour. Especially now I'm talking when you program it on the software. Like I was saying, post big pictures, 60% at least. Video post, big square post. The great thing about video also, and video that are getting like a lot of traction organically, is again, you can create a lookalike audience from these videos. You know, you're going to be able like to build an audience from that.
How long are the videos?
You don't need like big videos, but basically what I like is any videos that are around 12 seconds, because Facebook like offers like this 3 seconds audience and 10 seconds audience. So if you have like 2, you know, they have completed like the video, you know. And or you can do like 15 or 30 seconds, you know. But I like to have quite long videos. I don't like 10 seconds videos because sometimes the most interested people are really at the one that will watch it totally, you know. That's what you want, you know, to get that kind of people. Yeah.
And those videos you're uploading to Facebook.
Yeah.
So if you find a YouTube video you like,
yeah,
you'll download it and then get
yeah, yeah. Like the post on Pinterest. That's great at, okay? So that's at your own, but yes, technically you could do that, you know? Yeah.
I've been seeing a lot recently where people just take a picture, turn it into a video.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there any benefit to doing that? Facebook's eyes, is it just a different type of engagement or?
Yeah, I mean, basically normally video gets more reach, you know, faster. I mean, basically, they get reach faster than images. So, I mean, slideshows or any images that you can turn into video, it's good. It's just like it's time consuming. That's the reason why I put much more time into photo posts than videos. But if you have the time to do a lot of videos, I mean, for sure, go for it, you know. No other questions? Yeah, sorry.
I was curious, after you've gotten some results on when you're getting most engagements, do you try to focus on posting at those times specifically, or are you still doing sort of a approach throughout your whole?
Yeah, that's a very good question. So basically, I always have a portion that is testing times, because times can change within seasons and things like that, or even like, let's say right now, you know, people are all about football. Football season are started. So people are going to be super focused, let's say, on watching football on TV and on Twitter, you know, less than on Facebook. They're not. So you need to take that in consideration, because if you post it at that time, you might lose all your reach, you know. So you need to be careful. And that's, again, depending on the niche you are after, you know, or what's happening globally. So testing widely is always important. But yes, you can say, you know what, we're going to do an experiment. Like we are seeing that people are doing great about at, I don't know, 4 o'clock afternoon. Okay. We're going to do 2 posts now instead of 1 post, one at 4, one at 4:30. And let's see how people are getting engaged at that time, you know? So that's the goal. And again, also the other thing is how big your audience is. Because if you're doing that and your audience is very small, I mean, there is no point. I mean, you will not get any more reach, much more reach, you know. But if your audience is super big, you have like much more space to play with it. Engage, re-engage, yeah. Engaging and re-engage with your post. That's another very important thing. Is a lot of people, I mean, and I'm part of that also. Is like you know, Facebook is a communication platform as well. So when you have a post that is working a lot, it's good to go in and comment, to create that kind of ignition in conversation that will create much more engagement. You know, so if I go into that that post that I've shared with you, and there's a lot of engagement, and if as an admin owner of the page, I start discussing with people, I mean, I will see much more engagement again, and I can probably double the actual engagement that I'm having right now, just because I put some time there. If you don't want to do it yourself, I mean, you can hire VA, probably is going to be good, but give them like good guidelines, you know, or choose your VA accordingly to your niche or your page, so it makes sense, so she doesn't write or he doesn't write random stuff that just doesn't make sense, you know. So that's key. So so yeah, like I was saying, building your own memes or quotes that are super, that's our key, especially if you have a brand. Because imagine if you have now, I don't know, this thing, and it's branded with your own domain, you know, on the thing, you have your logo and your own domain. That has a lot of value. That's super big reach that you're getting there for free, you know. So people will know at certain time, you know. Now, like Gym Alcoholics, I mean, before I never had any idea about what they were doing, you know. But now, because I'm seeing that over and over, I know what they're doing, you know. Same thing. By the way, same thing you can do also on Pinterest. All these posts posted on Pinterest. All this posts, try to post it on Twitter as well. You know, make all this posts everywhere, on Instagram, on Pinterest, on Facebook. Another quick trick also that you can do is create slideshows. with a couple of posts. Okay, so you have like, let's say, a 2-3 posts like that. You create a slideshow, you post it on Facebook. You can post it on YouTube also. You know, and that's especially for branding. When you're about branding, try to get as much on point. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, ManyChat, but I mean, I won't use ManyChat with that kind of stuff, you know. So I won't send like memes, because the thing with Messenger is pretty tricky. Facebook has like super strict rule about sending stuff to people, so you have to be very careful in the type of stuff that you're sending and the frequency on how you're sending your stuff. Now Facebook, because of how they're strict, they can just close you down your Messenger bot access, and you won't get it back except if you're building a new page and all this kind of stuff. So you have to be very careful in the type of stuff. What Facebook likes is if you send them stuff that are pretty content related, but that doesn't have how can I say that will not be interpreted as a promotional stuff. So sometimes, like even stuff like a meme with a logo, they could interpret that as a promotional stuff. So you have to be very, very careful. Yeah, yeah.
When you did you ever use a bot or ManyChat to say if you don't have a V8 or you're not actively engaging with the commenters, do you ever use it just to simply thank people for comments or something like that?
Yes, but ManyChat is really it's really in terms of both messaging, is not directly commenting on the post. So on the post, I mean, there's like some software that can let you that, but it's a bit gray zone because Facebook likes to have you personally to answer people, you know. On ManyChat, I mean, it's totally different strategy, you know. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, trust messages, it's a good example, but it's very, very borderline because you have to make sure, like, let's say if someone engaged with your post and you're sending them a message through Messenger after, you have to make it clear on the post that if you comment here, we will message you about something and something, whatever, I mean, you decide. If you're not doing that, again, Facebook now can come and close your boat. You also inside, exactly. So you need to have like this double wall, let's say, of protection, because it's, I mean, like I said, I mean, people have abused like crazy. It hasn't been for so long yet, but like they destroyed like it already. And it's a very, very precious tool because in terms of sales and follow up with people, it has like the best return rate so far, you know, so you have to be careful by using that. Yeah. Question? Yes?
This is with regards to replying to comments. Let's say we post a random picture of a shoe, like one of our products, and then it's not like we don't put any money in it. It's not even an ad. It's like the ad copy can be, "Would you wear this?" It's like an engagement.
Yep.
And then they go, "Oh, where can I get this?" They go reply all those stuff. But is it okay for us to go and reply with the link?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the way to do it, basically.
Right there. Like,
yeah. Exactly. The best way exactly is that is you get like a post with your a post with the question. Questions are always working great, and people are going to say yes, we love it, no, we don't love it, or whatever. Or what I like also is describe this thing in one word. You know, so people are going to say lovely. Okay, now after that you can answer to them, reply to them manually. Exactly. You would like to have this lovely whatever, and you know, so that's a great one. And I mean, the thing with private message is it's so powerful because you have like this direct contact with people. But I mean, I don't think like anyone here like to get a random like SMS from strangers, you know. So you have to think about that. Like when a brand contact you directly on Messenger, I mean, it can be look weird, you know, what they want from me, you know, they want from me to buy something, they want my money, you know, it's really how you feel at a certain point. And we're all, I mean, we are marketers, so it's part of our DNA to have like this type of stuff and strategy and way of thinking. But all the other peoples are not marketer at all. They just feel that they're getting harassed like crazy, you know. So it's why it's very important, and it's why Facebook is very hard on that now, because they got like so many complaints about that kind of stuff, you know. For us, like I said, it's pretty normal, but other people, it's not normal at all. Does that make sense? Yeah.
So just to clarify, you have two different pages. You have a community page, and you're not putting your product on there at all. And then you have your back page or what your main page, and that does have your advertising, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's like on Instagram, they will type my name and they will start looking at pictures, you know. So I want to put more information there, but Facebook don't like to for your store, or I mean for your page or your brand, to get too much out of Facebook. They want to keep as much as possible. So on the other page, which is really the testing page or the community page or the atmosphere page or whatever, I mean, it's where you're going to test ideas, product, taglines, stuff, you know, to see like direct feedback from the people. Also, you might have much more likes than your brand page. That doesn't matter at the end. You know, what you're looking to do is to create traction and to see if things are working or not, getting feedback from people. So like I said, I mean, but you can mix. You can run ads from your community page, okay? And you can run ads also from your brand page. And you can run ads both at the same time also, you know? Okay?
So you have a community page that's full of and connecting with them all different times of the day, and you're testing. Do they know that you have a brand page? How do you get them there?
Yeah, so basically what we were doing is we had a page that we changed recently, but we had a page called I'm a Biker. And on I'm a Biker, it was really about, like you said, you know, like stuff that people laugh about, engage about, you know, all this kind of thing, memes and all this kind of stuff. And we were also posting our products there to get feedback, you know. And at the same time, these products, we were also posting them on our brand page. Okay. And yes, we were getting way less engagement on our brand page. And most of our sales were generated from the community page. And when I was driving direct traffic, so putting dollars in, I was paying less on my community page than on my brand page. Okay. More sales also. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But you still want to have like this visibility for your brand. You know, you need to be recognized. So you will still run this in the background. Okay. Probably you will not scale from this account, from this page. You will probably scale from the other page, which makes much more sense because it's cheaper. But you still need to run both, you know. So really that's the way, let's say, to make it work the best, let's say. Yeah.
Is your shop now button linked to a store?
No, this is really a random. I don't even know. Like this was a really. We did a test with that, but I mean, my focus was not on this page, so we'll let it run right now. But yes, if you have a shop now, even message now, I like a lot, because I like a lot when people basically, from their standpoint, want to engage with us messaging or asking questions on Messenger, and like that they opt in also on our Messenger list. So, and I will tell you the truth, the shop now is not very popular. We're gaining like really few clicks per week. It's not really, I would say it's not the best thing. So I prefer message now, basically. And also another reason is like message now, if you're running a store, it's good for people that needs information or need help or the support or all this kind of thing. It's easier for them to go there and click message now, we need help, whatever, you know. So that will be my my advice there. I'm gonna show you the structure now. If you want to know the magic behind, I'll show you the structure now of ads on how you should set it up. And I'm gonna use Lucidchart here. Basically, anyone knows how Facebook ads work, the basics at least? Does anyone don't know? Just want to make sure. Okay, so I'm gonna change my mic here. So basically, when you start your campaign, you're gonna have like the Facebook like campaign. Okay, you're gonna choose the objective, which is Facebook like. Then you're gonna have I'm gonna put like here like the objective. That's my main tool. I really enjoyed like doing map. Yeah. So then after that, you're gonna create your campaign. Okay. So which is, I don't know, for your page, which will be likes, let's say fitness. Okay. And probably you know the basic about, you know, finding your interest, grouping your interests, and all that kind of stuff. So it's basically the same kind of structure where you will be, you know, like let's say here. So this is campaign. So we're gonna put like ad set, and it's gonna be like, okay. So you're gonna start with magazines. You're gonna start with celebrities, celebs, and we can have, you know, a bunch of other type of ad set, and you can even have one that is broad. I like the broad one because at a certain point, Facebook, when you run a couple of campaigns, Facebook will be able to figure out by itself the right people to show your ads, you know, because the pixel is so strong, the optimization is so strong, and it will be able to do it. Now, where the magic happen? Because if you're doing only one ad, so I'm going to put like ad/creative. Okay, so if you're doing one ad, what's going to happen is there's no way Facebook will be able to optimize for the best. Facebook is always looking to optimize for the best as much as they can, depending on the time you launch, depending what kind of traffic there is, how congested the feed it is, how much competition there is. There's a lot, like I was saying, like there's over like 3,000 different points, touch points where Facebook will decide. The thing is, when Facebook start working on an audience, okay, the way it works, I'm gonna show you that. So let's say that is the whole audience. It's linear. We're gonna take a linear approach about an audience. So let's say that's the fitness audience. Anyone knows the duplication method? You duplicate ad set and all this kind of stuff. Okay, do you know why it works and sometimes it doesn't work? Okay, there's two reasons. First of all, is it works because Facebook, when Facebook launch, they take a chunk, okay, a chunk of the audience. Okay, let's say that is the chunk. And what they're gonna say, so you have like here the fitness audience, and they're gonna say, you know what? Or let's say like in the plane, you have like everyone in a row. Like Facebook, what it does is when you launch an ad set, they will say, okay, you know what? We're going to show only to these people first. And they take a chunk of the audience and they show it there. Okay? And when you duplicate, what's going to happen is basically there's going to happen that. Facebook going to take another chunk and it's going to put it here. Okay? Now, you have probably heard about the overlapping issues. So Facebook now, because they know much more about their audience and what people like, is probably their first chunk could be like the best audience sometime or near best audience. So when you duplicate, what's happening is the other chunk that Facebook choose to launch might be overlapping the other one here. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. Usually before, what was happening is the second chunk where you were duplicating, it was taking like there. No chance of overlapping or less chance of overlapping. And it could be 4 times there. Now, because like I said again, because our Facebook knows so much about the behaviors of customers, it's getting over and over. And the problem with that is when you have like 1 million people that are doing duplication ad set and are all targeting for the same thing, it increases the cost. You're all after the same people, you know? So there's less randomness, which is good. But the bad thing is if you're doing now what Facebook does is if you're overlapping too much, they're going to start penalizing you. And there's a tool inside Facebook where you can see in a campaign how ad set overlaps between each other. So you always want to try to avoid as much as possible overlapping, as much as possible, because this strategy still work in some case where you can duplicate and can be able to scale with duplication, but more and more you will see it's going to be difficult.
What's the best way to avoid it?
Changing interest sometimes. Interest or changing only one thing in the targeting. Like let's say that you're doing 18 to, I don't know, to 35. So let's do 20 to 35. You know, this will push Facebook to relearn and to see where it can put its chunk of audience somewhere else. Sometimes you just need to add an extra interest, and that will again move exactly where it's going to put it.
How often do you do that? How often do you change it? New ad set.
New ad set. So let's say that you have like this ad set, which is ad set magazine. What you can do is you can take only 3 magazine there. The next time you're going to scale, you're going to take like this 3, but you're going to add like 2 new interests inside. So this will move again the whole thing, and this will make it, will have less chance to get like this overlap effect, you know?
So instead of the strategy of duplicating ads and add another $5 in the same ad, you want to change something.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Very valuable.
So that's one tip here. So the other thing also you want to understand is because of that, there's not only one creatives, okay, that needs to be, because Facebook, again, it's not only applicable to ad set, but it's applicable to creatives. So Facebook will show basically the chunk that it shows the creatives, but the optimization is based on the ad set part. But one thing that you can trick the system is there's 2 ways. So one thing that I like to do is first is to have 4 different creatives, which is 1, 2, and why 4? Because we tested 5, we tested 10, and it didn't work. I mean, Facebook wasn't giving like any traction to any of the other, and we found that 4 was the best balance between all of these. 3, 4. Here you go. So 4 different creatives when you start, and we're talking about like campaigns. There's a lot of stuff that can be applicable for any type of campaigns, website conversion campaigns, and all this kind of stuff. So now you have 1. Yes.
4 ad sets or 4 creatives per ad set.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you duplicate that and then change your targeting, or you put different creatives.
So you have that here. So let's say you have that. I'm gonna just remove the chunk here. Oh. I'm gonna put just that down. So you have this campaign. You have let's say 3 ad set in this campaign. Oops. Okay. No, 4 different to start. To start, you need 4 different creatives. Okay, and the reason why, yeah, 4. Yes, exactly. And one thing that is very, very important is when you duplicate this, I mean, when you create a new ad set, you want to make sure that you're not using a copy of the post. You want to use the original post ID, okay? Because if not, you're gonna lose all the traction, the engagement, and everything that Facebook can give you, okay? So that's very important. I think that for like campaign now, you're not anymore able to choose the post ID because it's created like dynamically. I mean, they changed their way. They changed a bunch of stuff recently that, I mean, based on how they do dynamic ads now. I mean, they changed a lot of structure of things that you were able to do, not you were not able. So you would probably not be able to do that in the likes, but if you're doing website conversions or PPE or link clicks campaigns, make sure that you use the same post ID always, okay? So that's very important. so let's say that you have like this 4 creatives that are different now, and you start running, let's say your ad set at $5 a day, okay? And you're gonna see like some will be more, there will be more traction on some others than others, and you will, one thing that you want to monitor is really your like, you know, the cost per like. So once you find after, let's say, I don't know, like $35 a week of $5 ads, and you see that there's there's one that is cheaper than the other, it's where you start turning off the one that are more expensive. So let's say this one is going to be turned off, you know, turned off. And if there's 2, let's say that this one is, I don't know, like 30 cents, 25 cents, 12 cents, 10 cents, the like, okay? I will keep 10 cents and 12 cents because the 12 cents is pretty much near the 10, and there's not probably enough reach, traffic, or things like that. Because Facebook by default will always favor one more than the other. That's for sure. So now the next step is, once you remove that, you want to duplicate this one again. So now you have this one, and that's a direct duplication. Creative 1, creative 2, and you start again running that. You have 4 ads. You want to keep 4 ads as much as possible. Now what you're going to see is if each of these one are decreasing in terms of the numbers of likes. And again, you're going to repeat the thing. After $35 spent, you're going to kill what works and doesn't work. And you might have one creative that's going to be a clear winner, and you want to do it 4 times again. So if we finish and it's only all one, it's going to be all one. Here you go. And you let it work on that. Okay. And after that, you're going to get like probably a good average of the likes that you're going to pay. And that will decrease during the time, or will stabilize during the time. Rarely they increase once you get a very good traction on a good campaign. Rarely. Okay.
There are 4 creatives that you started with. You do those exact same 4 creatives with each ad set.
Yeah. Yeah, you replicate that, exactly. And one thing that is very interesting is you might have totally different results from an ad set to another, you know. One thing that you want to make sure is, let's say, I forgot what I asked. But one thing that you want to make sure is, yes, is you keep an eye on the cost, you know, whatever, and you keep an eye on the type of targeting. Because one thing that can happen, and that can be also a signal, is let's say you're doing the broad ad set, you know, and broad ad set is outperforming anyone. You just want to make sure that when you're going to go and look at your information, your results, you can break that down in Facebook ads. And you can check, you know, if the demographic corresponds or the gender correspond to the other that you have success. Because if, like, let's say the broad gives you only 18 to 24, and basically your core audience is not that at all, you might start contaminating what you're doing. And that can happen also. But like I said, I mean, the broad is just an extra, but it's good sometimes just to lower down the whole thing. Yes?
The actual content of the creative, are those like your memes, or what?
So normally what I do is to have a clear image. So let's say we're working with veterans, you know. So we build like a page for veterans. So we want to have like something clear on the image that remembers, that have a strong impact for the veterans, you know, something that is clear for them, you know, could be a logo, could be an image of a veteran guy, you know, could be, I mean, there's multiple stuff. You don't want to have text on that. You don't want to have only an image, and you just write, like us, click us, whatever, you know. You know, you can be like simple as that. If you're a veteran, like us. Thank you.
And all the creatives are images?
Yeah, all images, all the same. You know, I always keep the same copy. It worked, it's proven. You know, like us if you're a veteran, like us if you're a police officer, like us if you're a firefighter, things like that. This has been working for ages and still working today. The only thing that has very good impact, because also no likes, okay, there's new updates for likes. Is the images for likes are smaller than it used to be. The second thing is like campaign don't show anymore on the right hand side. Okay, before you could have the right hand side, they removed that. Now it's only on the feed. So that's probably why also the overall increase in terms of cost of likes, because it was super cheap to get likes on the right. And I used to run only like campaigns on the right hand side. Now it's only on feed. So you have to take that check that carefully. But images is what you want to test as much as possible. This is really one of the only place, except like for the Facebook algorithm, how they will choose which is a winner, is where you can really get the most out, you know.
So you just have like small text, big image, small text, like as if you're blank.
Yeah, but not on image, on the description. On the description. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, on the description.
Yes, on the description.
So we are allowed to go like this, like we can give instruction or we can't say share or
no, not share or not whatever. It's just like our page. If you're a veteran, like our page, you know. You can do this like that. It's the only place where you can, you know, have a direct action for that kind of stuff that is related, to that.
the text, not on the image.
On the description of the post, exactly, exactly. Yes.
So those 4 creatives, there are 4 images.
Yes.
Are they all 4 different posts on your page, or are they dark posts?
They are not even shown anywhere. It's in Facebook likes. It's really an image that is created from the Facebook Ads Manager. You cannot take that from any other post anywhere else. It's unique to Facebook Ads Manager.
Okay, so when you said make sure that you
use the post the post ID. Yeah, it's if you were using that strategy that is working also for website conversion objective or post engagement objective. This is at that point where you're going to be able like to copy and paste the post ID.
But not this.
No, not this, not this. But now I remember. I said that I was not sure, but I remember you cannot do that anymore. There, yeah. So that's it. Any other question regarding that? Yes.
How long do you let the 4 images run?
Like I said, I mean, normally I like to do $5 a day a week. Because after a week, I have enough data to take decision. If I do it like on the first or second day, because now in Facebook algorithm, it takes much more time to optimize. And you need to have enough data, especially with this kind of budget. Now, if you're running $35 a day, I mean, you're going to have like a sense of what's going on faster, you know. But you don't want really to do that because anyway, $35 a day, it takes about like 24, 48 hours for Facebook to manage the algorithm and to understand the stuff, because they do updates, you know, every 12 hours on their thing. So you need time to let it run properly, you know. Yeah.
So when you change those ad sets, like so they don't overlap and they're chunky, will that get you the information faster?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Yeah. When you said you didn't duplicate the ad sets, you changed something.
Yes.
So they didn't overlap.
Yes.
So when you move them out where they're getting their own chunks instead of overlapping, does that give you the data faster?
Faster, it's a question of how big is the reach you got. It's always about the reach or the numbers of impression that you're getting. You know, let's say if the cost of CPM is super high, I mean, you will not get enough information because you're not reaching enough people for this time, you know. So when you're the question of avoiding overlap is much more in terms of the cost that you're trying to go away from, because overlapping will increase the costs and can even like slow down even your reach, your total reach also, you know. So that's one thing you want to make sure you arrange that. So the idea is a bit like tricking the system to make sure you overlap the less as possible when you're launching something. Yeah, that makes sense? Yes?
So are you saying that we should not duplicate ad sets?
I encourage people to avoid duplication. What I encourage is to find side strategies to make, like I said, something a bit different in each ad set that will help to avoid that overall, or where Facebook gonna choose like its first chunk of audience to show it. Basically, that's it. You know, is really trying to not make Facebook choose always the same chunk of audience when it starts.
Yeah, this is an old belief that because Facebook has got some knowledge of that asset, you want to capitalize on the knowledge.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, and there's a lot of there's a lot of beliefs in that. There's a lot of beliefs where the data resides, also where the optimization is done. It is done on the campaign level, ad set level, or on the pixel. So for sure that the optimization is not made on the pixel. Pixel is where the data is. That's it. Facebook will use that information, and the ad set level is like the first brain part, is where the brain is where they're gonna work the optimization. Now, if you have like the same brain really working at the same stage in the other, it's where you have a conflict, basically. And that's what's happening with the overlapping issue, you know?
So from a mechanics point of view, can we duplicate and change?
Yeah, you can duplicate and change. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. So you don't have to create necessarily a fresh audience. You just duplicate. You change something. You can change the age range. You can add a new interest. Just you want to tell Facebook, I mean, we're not doing exactly the same thing, you know. Or one thing also that you can do is you can add, let's say, give the same interest and exclude like some audience. So let's say you're gonna exclude all the past 5 days people that came, you know. So it can be an exact thing, but you exclude like past or 180 days people that came to your site. That will give a good difference as well. Yeah. So yeah, exclusion is, I mean, playing with exclusions is a good way also to get better quality data also. So because it tells Facebook again, I mean, this past people that didn't came don't convert, let's say, or they're already part of my customer base. I don't want to reach them. I want to reach new people. So you force Facebook to get after new people as well, you know? So that's another thing. There's, like I said, I mean, there's plenty of different strategy that you can apply. Any other question? Yeah, so there's a setting at the ad set level. There's the delivery. I'm going to try. Let me check if there's something here. Let me check here the slope. We cannot see it here directly. I will try to get the link, but basically, normally you can get at the ad set level a link, and it depends on some ads managers. Some were updated with that, some are not. And I've seen like even like some account have it, and some other don't have it. But let's say you click on that, it's going to bring you to another dashboard. It will show you the overlap percentage, and even like the reach and cumulative reach of this audience that you got, which is totally crazy because you can see only 2,000 people. There's so many left to reach yet, you know, and that can help you to forecast what's coming up. But I will try to find the link because it seems that it's not on all accounts. So yeah, we'll get that. Sorry? Yeah, delivery insights. Yeah. Yeah, campaign. Yeah, exactly. To let it run. Yeah, and then you will have like feedback. But I think it's not rolled out on every account yet. So yeah, that's it. So basically, that's how you're gonna be able globally to leverage your likes. And yes, basically that's it. So if you have any other question, I will take them. If not, gonna go on coffee time. Yes.
You were saying you can target worldwide. That's what you do with your like campaigns.
No, I don't like to target worldwide. I like to target on specific countries. Okay, because worldwide you're gonna get a lot of junk traffic from Brazil, Argentina, whatever, Chile, India, a lot from India, and that's gonna decrease the cost, but that's gonna be like that's gonna screw like the rest, you know. So that's very important. Like I said, I mean, it's better to exclude even on the page itself. Yes, yes.
Why do we need to like have full send
Because basically it's what's happening is Facebook always choose one randomly. Even if it's 111, it might choose not the winner after. It might choose someone else, but it's still the best one that brings you the traffic and the traction. Basically, Facebook is really random sometimes, especially at the ad level, which one it will choose, you know, to be a winner. So you need to run a lot to see which one is a clear winner where you can scale it, you know. Sometimes it's just not a matter of product. So, I mean, you can think that your product is doomed and it's not working. But basically, it's just that Facebook is not running to the right chunk of traffic. That's another thing. And the other thing also is you might not have the right creative, you know. So you need to run a bunch of creatives and you need to run a lot. So my belief is you can sell everything. Basically, everything is sellable as long as you get the right audience. And even in the audience targeting that Facebook is offering you, sometimes it just doesn't show the product at the right people. And that's part of the game. So you need to force him or to give him like incentives to make him choose the right audience. Yeah.
You said you just had to give them the right credit?
Creatives.
Oh,
Creatives. I'm sorry. Yeah. Creatives. Yes.
What happens if the asset only spend on 2 ads? Usually when I run the 4 ads, then it only spend on.
So one thing, there's 2 things you can do. And I agree that depends often. So you can kill those 2 ads right away and just let it run on the one that are winning. You can bring that ads that are not working on a separate ad set and run them by themselves and see if they will deliver traffic. But that's a common thing. It's the reason why also I never run more than 4 creatives. Because if you run 10, you will never have equal distribution across all these creatives. Yeah. Yes.
Are you setting up for all the different ad sets right away with all the 4 creatives?
Yeah.
And starting them all at
yes.
the same time?
You want to start everything at the same time. You don't want to come in later and add something new. This will not work.
Do you ever, with your 4 creatives, do you ever run that kind of like a multivariate test where you're just subtly changing one thing?
Yeah. Yeah. That's one thing also that you can do. But basically what I like is change the image first, then the copy. Because people are looking first at the image, then they're looking at the copy. So you can have exactly the same copy. You change like 4 different creatives, 4 different visuals. And then if you find a winning, let's say, image, then you start changing one thing in the, and you funnel down. Exactly. Nothing else? Good? Yes? Oh, one more? Yes.
So on your community page where you're not posting any kind of commercial products,
yeah,
you still run ads to those people.
Yeah.
In the background.
Yeah, I will run ads to the people. But like I said, there's nothing. If I see that there's a product, like let's say Chris, he posted a product before his page was not even Last Beer Standing. It was another name of the page.
I love beer.
It was I Love Beer. So any transform it into Last Beer Standing. But when he had I Love Beer, it was still running ads on I Love Beer. So you can still test your product there. And if you see there's a lot of traction because of this traction on this post, you can leverage that. But sometimes what's happening, what I do is I put some IDs or products that are not, finished or not ready to sell. So I cannot run ads directly to this one because it just doesn't look like exactly the same. But it gives me like the data and the information that it will be a winner. And then probably what I will do is repost it. You can repost that finished product on the same page, and you can run ads if you see good traction again there. So like I said, I mean, it's not like a closed-minded strategy, but you can use like each part of them and build your own around that kind of tricks here, But the core of it is really seeing what you can leverage from a Facebook page standpoint engagement and a lot of posting engagement and all this kind of stuff that will really bring your overall cost down. So that's the whole concept. But after that, you can test a bunch of stuff different, and you can see if it works, not, and come back. And that's really, the idea is the canvas. Let's say, I'm showing you. No problem.
Two quick questions. One is, how long do you do the like campaigns continuously?
Oh yeah, you never. Basically, if you have like something that is running and is selling and is, you're there for the long time, you gotta leave it running. Likes campaign or something that you can just put it $5 a day and let it run like forever. You want to get that building continuously. Sorry?
What tool?
I use like Facebook Ads Manager. I don't use any other tools. Yeah. You can use other tools, but mostly for that, you just need that basically. Yeah. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Cool, great. So, there's another one again. Yeah.
When I run United States wide with video, I get very, very cheap
page
likes. And sometimes it works with images, but local-based images and stuff, I have a hard time getting cheap likes for mobile, like 15-mile radiuses and stuff like that. Do you have anything to kind of counter that, or any suggestions?
Well, I think the important thing is with videos, you don't want in the ad set, you don't want to have image and videos. You want to have videos only or images only. Okay, because for sure one or the other will take over, and you will not know if really it's because of videos or if it's because of pictures. So if you run videos, you run only videos, and that's it. And make sure also that you're not creating a separate ad set with videos. Create a new campaign with only videos. Okay, that's very important also. Yeah, good, great, thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I have to prepare a couple of things, but I'm gonna go on the second part after. Yeah, and we could. Yeah, one break now. Yeah, we're on break. Yes, give me a quick minute. I'm just gonna check something. Yes, sure. You can have more than 4 ads, but yeah, campaign ad in campaign you have 4. Yeah, exactly. If you have only one way, duplicate that 4 times. Yes, that's what I want. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. So this guy. So